decorating the hall. What should we do? I know, I thought. Grade 6 will put on an exhibition of interesting things in the front hall, so that people will have something to look at while they're eating their pie. Well, what do you think? Simon McTavish pretended to yawn noisily, but she ignored him. Well then, why don't we all try to bring in something really interesting? Something from the past, maybe. Something from a far-off country, something amazing. Something special. Mrs. Patterson did ramble, but Wendy liked her because she laughed a lot. Now, can anyone think of something they'd like to bring in? Mrs. Patterson asked. Sarah, what about you? Sarah said she had a 3-legged milking stool. Sharon had a telescope, and Vince said he'd bring in a fox's tail. And how about you, Wendy? She asked. There was only one thing Wendy could think of. We've got this old war helmet, miss, she said. It's my grandpa's. He had it in the war. It's a bit rusty, though. Like your grandpa, then, said Simon McTavish, and everyone giggled. Wendy felt the tears coming. A helmet will be just fine, Wendy, said Mrs. Patterson quickly. Then she turned to Simon. And Simon McTavish, you've got a brain like a soggy cracker. Now they were all laughing at Simon instead, and Wendy suddenly felt a lot better. But for the rest of the day, she kept finding Simon McTavish looking at her. There was a very nasty smile on his face. Chapter 3. Grandpa had his hip operation the next day. Wendy's mother phoned the hospital that evening to find out how he was. He was fine, they said. Still a bit woozy, but doing well. They went to visit him the following evening. He didn't look very well to Wendy. He was thin and pale, with one tube in his arm and another one up his nose. But he seemed happy enough. All done, he said. Good as new. I'll be playing soccer within a week. How's Slinky? Haven't you brought him in to see me? And they laughed at that. Wendy liked to see her mother laugh. She didn't laugh much these days. Not since Dad had gone away and left them. Wendy remembered to ask Grandpa about borrowing his helmet from the war. Of course you can, he said. Just so long as you look after old Slinky, like I said. And my cauliflower. Promise, said Wendy. That evening, she told Slinky all about Grandpa and his tubes. She fed him his mouse and hummed him his tune and wrapped him around her neck. She stroked him between the eyes and told him some of the interesting things the other children were bringing in, like Bindy's wooden elephant and Paul's baseball bat. But, she said, no one's got a helmet like Grandpa's. I'm going to clean it up a bit and then take it into school tomorrow. It'll be the best thing there, you'll see. By the time she got to school in the morning, with the helmet in her bag, there was already a huge crowd in the cloakroom. Simon McTavish was there. He stood up on the bench and smiled at her as she came in. Only it wasn't a real smile. Then he bent down. When he stood up again, there was a helmet on his head. Not a battered old rusty war helmet, but a gleaming yellow firefighter's helmet. Well, Wimpy, what do you think? He asked. My dad collects them. We've got 4 more at home, but then some of us don't have dads, do we? She turned away and took off her coat before they could see she was crying. She told Slinky all about it that evening when they came back from seeing Grandpa in the hospital. That Simon McTavish, he did it on purpose, I know he did, she said fiercely. I could kill him, Slinky, I really could. I mean, what would Grandpa's rusty old thing look like next to his? They'd just laugh at it. I left it in my bag. I never showed anyone. I told Mrs. Patterson I'd changed my mind. I think she knew, though. She's not stupid. I said I'd bring in something else tomorrow, but I don't have anything else, do I? And as she was speaking, Slinky was looking right into her eyes. He was trying to tell her something. What about me? He was saying. Why don't you take me? Crazy, she thought. Ridiculous. Then she thought again. No, it wasn't. It was brilliant. It was the most brilliant idea in the world. She laughed, kissed Slinky on his nose and made up her mind. She would wait until the morning of